podcast. My name is Alexi and I'm your host. In case you're wondering, I do a fair bit of sales and marketing coaching, and I also run a digital marketing agency called E10 Solutions. Amongst that, I run a few other businesses, but enough about that. Today, I want to talk about health, fitness, and team productivity, because without the team, most businesses just would not survive. So let's talk about the importance of health in a business. Many of you may be running small businesses, or you may be working for a business. And a lot of the time I find that a lot of people just get their health really, gets left behind. They get too focused on the actual task. They work 9 to 5. And then from there, the whole thing becomes a bit of a rat race. So I think definitely maintaining, level of fitness within the workspace can certainly have a positive effect on health and overall well-being, not to mention mental health. I also think that obviously having health and fitness being a priority at a workplace would also lead to higher productivity and performance as well. So personally, I have spent a bit of time on this, researching this, and have done a few things myself, and it works. And I find that it really comes down to having a system in place and tracking things. And for that, I use this little device over here. Mine is called Garmin Vivo Active 4, a smartwatch that allows me to stay on track. Now, little things like having a number of steps per day can really help your staff know exactly how much they're moving around. And look, this is just the tip of the iceberg, but when it comes to team fitness, you really want to do something that could potentially be easy for everybody. So next month, the month of April, and you're probably watching this just at the beginning of April 2023, we have started a challenge within our company, E10 Solutions, the digital marketing agency, on 300,000 steps. So the whole 10,000 steps a day sounds like a lot, but majority of people make anywhere between 3 to 10,000 steps per day, depending on their lifestyle. 10,000 steps is a recommended sort of healthy healthy number of steps you'd be making per day. However, some people say, the more the merrier. And, some people even recommend doing at least 10,000 steps per day to sort of stay on top of your weight, cholesterol levels, and overall being healthy and happy. I personally find that supporting things like it gets people quite excited. Having a challenge or something like that within the workplace certainly helps to keep everyone on the same page, or at least motivated, because it's the accountability that really unites people together. I find that the more challenging you make things, you'll certainly activate those people that are quite challenged. And you may be surprised that some people that may not be super active or super fit actually end up doing a fair bit of other stuff outside the work, and without the smartwatch, they wouldn't find that anyway. So if you're thinking about something like that and want to sort of do what we are doing in the month of April, we're doing a team challenge where everyone's doing steps. The goal is 300,000 steps. And I've also actually started another challenge based on that, like a micro challenge, if you like, which is 50 kilometers in 7 days. And if you think about it, that sounds like a lot. But if you walk your 10,000 steps a day, that's roughly, anywhere between 7 to 8 kilometers a day. So if you break that down, that's all you really need to do daily for a week in order to go through that 50 Ks. So these are my challenges. If you're thinking for the right sort of tools, I found a tool called Stride Kick. It's an app that basically allows you to do your challenges, invite people, monitor friends, and see what they're doing. And I think it's really, really cool. If you want to take things to another level and apply fitness through other channels and other things like cycling or hiking and so on, I probably recommend you look at apps like Strava, for example. However, it gets a little bit pricey sometimes. I mean, everyone obviously wants to sort of start at a free level. So there you go. I think it's a really easy way to sort of tap into your fitness. Now, on top of that, I think it's super important to stay hydrated, and the amount of water I drink daily is crazy. So I bought myself this huge jug that you hopefully will be able to see, which is roughly about 2.5 liters. And I go through it every single day. This is, I guess, one of the things that I've learned over the years, that staying hydrated overall has a huge impact on your health. Now, whether your team is, drinking water or other fluids, you can certainly help incentivize it. Buy them water bottles or potentially encourage them to bring things through. Other things you could do is, invest into things like, fruit, bananas, apples, having them in the office, and getting your staff, seeing that in front of them all day long incentivizes them to basically start eating more fruit. Another thing that I've done is I've actually purchased some protein powders. So for those of my staff members that are going to the gym, it's handy to have some protein powders right in the office, and certainly makes a big difference as well. But I think overall, having a healthy team, having fitness as one of your core values certainly helps as well. And whether you've got health problems or you just want to sort of stay, above your current weight, or basically just want to move a little bit more, I think, doing something like a fitness challenge or promoting fitness, or at least having smartwatches would be a good way to move forward. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is more around the whole productivity side of things, because obviously we spoke about the fitness and how that affects it. But you'll find that a lot of people would be really productive for a certain period of time. And look, there's many obviously ways to look at this whole thing, and even like look at the whole concept as time management. But typically, if you do something for about half an hour, 25 minutes to half an hour, you seem to be in that zone, and you seem to be really acing it. And if you keep doing something for a long time, like let's say you're preparing for an exam or doing an assignment, if you've been doing something for hours, your productivity just drops. Now, I've researched this topic quite a fair bit. Tim Ferriss has got quite a few on the whole things on this whole topic. But overall, it's almost like that first half an hour is really the magic moment. And really what you want is you want to make sure that you're not getting distracted in those 30 minutes. You really want to make sure that you can just get that done and then move on to something else. Now, there's a principle called the Pomodoro principle, which is where you work in 25-minute chunks, plus minus, and then have short breaks, let's say 5-minute breaks. And the theory is that if you work in uninterrupted chunks of time, and you have those, little breaks in between, go for a walk, have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, that allows you to reset and do something else. And if you apply this principle in line with fitness, and then also put that in a calendar and make sure the whole thing is structured, then you can really make this quite powerful. Now, within our company, I think that one of our trade secrets, and here you go, in case you're wondering, was that we use calendar quite a fair bit, and everyone can see each other's calendar. So this way you can see if someone's got a meeting, and if they really want to go and see someone and talk to somebody, for longer than 5 minutes, they would need to be, book a time and see them. And I don't encourage people just rocking up to somebody and saying, hey, let's have a chat. I really want to make sure it's properly done. So this way we ensure that everyone's in the zone, and make sure they actually are super productive. What we've also done is we've made sure that all the phone calls that are coming through, they go through our admin, and no one gets distracted in the middle of what they're doing. Instead, they have a email or a message sent to them through Slack. We use a system called Slack, that someone's after them. They want to talk to them at XYZ. And then from there, the person would normally call them back. So that's just a policy that we put in place. I found that the productivity went up heaps. And overall, it's really just more about, being in that zone, making sure that you can focus on something and really commit to it. And you find that this will really reduce the stress. This will really make life for a lot of people a lot more pleasant. And I find in particular, when it comes to sales calls and the whole sales side of things, the whole environment is often very disrupted. People don't focus on their health. Lots of coffee. Some people smoke. In 2023, I don't know why they do it. Pack of cigarettes in Australia is about $50. It's really quite a lot. But the moral of the story is that I think if you have a set environment, if you can really commit to it, if you can make fitness a priority, if you can really understand the whole time management things like principles like Pomodoro that I covered on earlier, and then focus on working in uninterrupted periods of time, I think that would work particularly well for most businesses, especially if you're small and you're really wanting to get more out of your current team. And most importantly, it'll keep people happy and on track as well. So there you go. Short episode, this one, but I really wanted to share this with you because I think little tips like that can really make a big difference. So if you can achieve peak performance at work, for yourself and your team, I think you'll be the winner. Thanks very much, and we'll chat soon.